appealing to the authority of the MIGOP, and then when they do an investigation and talk to you and say that you did some things that were improper, that suddenly you don't have to listen to them anymore. Why is that? And I also think that we should be working on things like Proposition 3 and not suing people. What's that?
I agree with you wholeheartedly on that.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Mr. Clark.
The opposition is making the same claim. When MIGOP agrees with them, it's fine. When they don't agree with them, they don't care.
That's not true, though.
Today
It is not true.
And
The reason why.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
This is just a matter of your opinion, my opinion, we can move on.
And.
No, it isn't.
And I will
It isn't.
I will answer directly to that, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I never reached out to Michigan GOP, and I was never reached out to by Michigan GOP in any investigation. Okay?
Great.
Take that for a fact. So, if you can read MCL 168.599, and you tell me where the state party is involved,
So what will you do when the court case is complete?
we'll continue forward.
What if the court case rules against you?
Then we'll follow the rule of law.
So, really quick, sir, I'm sorry that someone called you. I don't know who it was. If I do know who it was, if I find out who it is, I promise you, I will move for their expulsion from the party, because that's uncalled for and unnecessary. I actually wound up having to get a recorder for my phone because I received the same things you did when I first stepped up, and I said, that's not tolerable, you know, it shouldn't happen at all to anybody.
I agree.
So if you find out who it was and you can give me evidence, I swear to you, I will expel them. I will push to get it done. I can't do it myself, you know how executive committees work, but I will push for that, because that's wrong. The what?
Authorized party.
The authorized party, as far as that goes, you know, back in August, I've tried to reach out several times. You know this, you've got my voicemails and my text message. And, back in August, when you guys some people weren't allowed to come into the, convention, I actually spoke out against it. I said, this is wrong, should not happen. We need to contact the state, and we need to postpone our convention until the state decides what is going on with this. And then I abstained from all voting. And there were people there that saw it, you know, I abstained from voting. If Carolyn Namrata was here, she actually pushed to continue the vote against me pushing to hold the vote and wait. So and then in November, we had our convention, and I actually invited everybody that was on the committee at the time, all of the members that I had the addresses for. We hand delivered ones that we couldn't and everything, and I reached out and I said, hey, you know, come on, come and vote, because because it was just gonna be me, and who am I? I was no one at the time. I wasn't a precinct delegate except for being elevated, you know, by vote there. I wasn't a member of the executive committee or anything, but the precinct delegates that showed, we had enough that we had a quorum, and then they voted for me to be the temporary chair, you know, and we voted on executive committee members and everything. If you guys had shown up that night,
You would have won.
you would have won. Like the MIGOP website listed 7 South Manning Street as the actual location for the convention. And I sent all of that information out knowing that you would have won and taken over the party. And I said, it's okay, we'll do it the right way, and if we lose, well then hold your heads high and try again next time. Yes, sir.
Can I was elected as a delegate for Adams Township. I showed up at 7 Manning,
Yeah.
and I was met with 4 different people. 2 great big guys. I made it to the table, which was more than some of them.
You're talking about in August?
Yes.
Okay.
Then I was met with 4 other guys who circled me with guns, and they said I was disavowed.
I
Disavowed several of us.
Yeah, a whole bunch of us were.
no hand in that,
I
and
don't
actually, when it came to
understand
the
that.
disavowals, I had actually said that we should not do that, and that we should only, like, doing a mass disavowal is always wrong. Why would you do that? That's like cutting off your arm because your finger has a sliver, it's done, right? So I don't know why, but I had no hand in that, because at the time I had no authority at all.
Right, well, I was just concerned with it, because, you know, I had been voted in.
I understand, and that's why I've been trying to reach out and everything. I promise, Penny, I'll get. I've been trying to reach out and everything, and I've contacted Marnie a couple of times, I contacted Brent a couple of times. I've made Facebook posts saying, hey, if you wanna talk, please contact me, I will talk. I've sat down and talked with a few people, but not a whole lot. And I was just like, I don't know what's going on, you know, I've got people slinging my name through the mud, and here I am, I have Asperger's, right? So socially, I can be a little awkward at times. And if I'm ever, like, come across as rude, all you gotta do is tell me, and I'll tell you if I'm meant to be or not. So, my wife loves to hate that part about me, but, you know, still. I'm sorry, Penny, what's your?
No, that's fine. Part of the reason I haven't met with you, because I see you reach out to me, but then I see you badmouth me. I see two people. The other thing, why don't you guys undo the disavowalments? That would be a huge step.
I don't think it's legal.
Because those disavowals weren't legal to begin with, and that's why.
But put out a statement and say it doesn't mean anything.
And that's why I kept sending invites to everybody, for every executive committee that we had. Yes,
I received one invite, I was a newly elected delegate as well. Why would I wanna take a chance to go back into that hostile
Right,
environment?
exactly.
no, I totally understand that, and that's what I'm working on changing too.
To me, a big part
Yeah,
for me
yeah.
is for you guys to put out a statement and say those disavowalments meant nothing and they're gone, done. We want to make amends. I've written that a number of times.
I would say the same thing about a supposed resolution that was passed at the state convention.
Right, yep, exactly.
In February,
Mhm.
that if you read the Michigan GOP bylaws, any resolution from any congressional district committee must be submitted to the state party as a separate item.
Yeah.
Was that submitted as a separate item?
Yes, it had been, actually.
No, was it? I thought the video I saw said that this was included in the report.
Here.
In the congressional district report to the state committee, and it was adopted as a whole.
And why would we want to be involved in your party when all you do is sling more mud?
And so with that, anybody else have any other public comment?
It's true.
I honestly don't. What mud have I slung at you, Penny?
Can I say one more thing?
Of
The
course.
people that disavowed me, what'd you guys do with those guys?
I told them that that was wrong, and they shouldn't have.
But they didn't acknowledge it though.
Well, no, but none of them are actually in positions of authority anymore.
Oh.
Well, they don't get any actual votes or.
They might have technically.
Does anybody else have any other public comment? Cause this is, yeah,
So,
we have a motion on the floor.
I will withdraw that.
All right, Mr. Soha.
Thank you. So, I appreciate you guys coming. I don't appreciate the hostility at the beginning, but I appreciate what you're trying to do.
I apologize.
Thank you.
And sir, if I can interrupt,
Thank you.
I'll show you my phone. I never reached out to MIGOP. And whoever you're getting your story from, you ought to check this out.
Well,
You just like making accusations toward my husband about arresting somebody or having somebody arrested, that was so false. We weren't even involved in that.
Who did, I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
so Rob, go ahead.
Bridget Friedman's notes.
I appreciate, we're gonna have to have a meeting like this. And just come together and fight it out and duke it out.
I agree.
And come to a common ground as a party, so we can move forward. Otherwise, the the opposition is gonna continue
Mhm.
to be able to run the roost and pass crap like that 3 and get the abortion stuff. I can't believe that's an amendment to Michigan's constitution. It breaks my heart.
It was good to hear the concerns that people had about being disavowed. I'm glad I heard that.
I just, what has been said here about those letters of disavowal, about the men who perpetrated that and advanced it, and the fact that they still cry foul every time, and when we're trying to maintain the integrity of the party. I just would ask that you guys help us accomplish that.
Like no months.
But if it gets to the emotional, if it gets to that emotional back and forth, we're just gonna, it's.
And I think there's misunderstandings on both sides. And I think there were some things that were done wrong on both sides. And I think when people responded, because they thought that the election had been mishandled by discretion inside of the clerk's office, when that happened, that caused a lot of trouble. I know I was a person who Marty filled and said, I will fill this out so that it is precise and complete. And then I got a call 2 days after the deadline, or a letter saying, sorry, you filled it out wrong. And she's the one who corrected it, filled it.
Well, there was a lot.
You're not gonna solve this here.
Well, no, I know we're not, but all I'm saying is there are a lot of people on both sides
You're not gonna solve
who
this.
have
Motion to
things
adjourn,
that
your
have
support.
Support.
Then probably moved and seconded to adjourn this meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, meeting adjourned.